research paper entitled Malaysian Islamic Youth Forces, which is known as ABIM, Initiatives and Involvement in Bosnian Muslims Ethnical Issues. So as for the introduction, from 1991 until 1993, there was a conflict in Bosnia Herzegovina involving Muslim ethnic Bosnia, which they face ethnic cleansings made by Serbs community, which considered as war crimes, and these crimes involve about 10,000 people of Bosnian Muslim that was killed by the Serbs ethnic. So this paper discussed the various forms of ABIM's involvement in Malaysia as well as overseas, and they have their own program with other organizations, which the aim of their program is to help Bosnian Muslim to continue to survive from the war crimes. Okay. Actually, this ABIM has established on 6th of August 1971 at Faculty of Islamic Studies, National University of Malaysia. So for this research paper, actually there are some paper or research made by scholars. For example, Norfiza binti Ahmad 2000. From this paper, this work has its cluster that it focuses on only the study of ABIM's involvement in helping Muslim Bosnia solely without including ABIM's involvement. So I refer this paper to complete my research. Secondly, Fatini Yaakob 1992 explained in detail the history of this of the existence of Bosnia-Herzegovina and the history, the ruthless slaughter against Bosnian Muslim over the last few decades. However, this discussion in this book can act only as a guide to analyze this, to study how ABIM support the fundamental principle of Islamic missionary movement to actively participate in various programs in other countries. And last one, a study by Azlizan Manen discussed the humanitarian crisis in Bosnia-Herzegovina when Malaysia has criticized the role of the United Nations, who failed to address the Bosnia-Herzegovina's issue effectively and efficiently. The researchers have discussed factors in determining Malaysia's policy and stand on the issue of Muslim ethnic cleansing in Bosnia. In addition, this paper analyzed Malaysia's role and international contribution on this issue. This writing gives some ideas and information about the research conducted by the researcher as one of the medium to support nations' stand on Bosnia-Herzegovina's violence. So, in my study, my research methodology used in this study is qualitative and use historical discipline as the basis of the writing. The primary sources are obtained from the ABIM Secretariat Archive Center, the National Archive of Malaysia, as well as the use of official statements of Parliament and several official statements. Among the primary sources of material obtained are government records, either published or otherwise, such as text of speech, official statements of Parliament, newspapers and letters. However, the secondary sources are obtained from ABIM Central Secretariat Archive, Tun Sri Lanang Library, National University of Malaysia, Resource Center for History, Politics and Strategy, National Archive of Malaysia Library, Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka and others. The second source used to obtain relevant information is in the form of theses, magazines, journals, articles, books, and also sources of authenticity from the internet site. In addition, I also use interview method to obtain important information from the individual directly involved in ABIM and to look into ABIM's effort and engagement on issues of Muslim internationality. Okay, next we go for the ABIM's action in Bosnia-Herzegovina conflict. Firstly, they have Bosnia funding programs. This fund actually formed on 9th of June 1992. So from this funding, ABIM successfully collect more than 2 million Malaysian ringgit that collected from, for example, Kelantan government, who has donated about 25,000. This is during 1992. So the amount of 25,000 is quite banyak lah. Okay. Next, Swan Stabilo Marketing Sdn Bhd has donated about 60,000 in the form of stationeries. Pakson Corporation has contributed about 55,000 in the form of food for the Bosnian children. Johnson & Johnson Sdn Bhd through 2.1 ton of toiletries and medicines such as family shampoo, Band-Aid surgical dressing, dermilite tapes and surgipads and first aid kit. Next, from Polaris company also sends 656.5 kg disposable shrinks with needles, disposable shrinks without needles, and disposable needles for the use of the Bosnian war victims. Malaysian Palm Oil MPOB Council contributed to the delivery of 7 cargoes was made with every lot weighing 3 tons of margarine for their food purpose. This margarine contribution was sent from Johor and waiting for time to be flown to Bosnia-Herzegovina via mass flight. All transport and coal warehouse was sponsored by Muslim Movers Sdn Bhd. In addition, the government contribution from James Dean collection of 50,000, 20 wheelchairs from Percon and Viking Ice Cream Sdn Bhd, and a subsidiary of Golden Hope Group from Penang contributed about 2,500 pairs of winter boots. Another company is Solsys Malaysia Sdn Bhd has donated a HP Vectra computer for the use and convenience of the ABIM Bosnian Tube Company. Malaysian Airlines, through its Islamic Welfare Committee, has offered free flights to all freight delivered to Bosnia-Herzegovina. Each shipment weighing 3 tons and over 100 tons was delivered there. And last one, from this funding program, there was donation from the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, Brunei Darussalam, in the form of canvas, clothing, flour, sugar, instant noodles, milk powder, biscuit, condensed milk, and Milo for the Bosnia-Herzegovina people. Okay, that is from the funding program. This ABIM also formed Malaysian Relief Centre, known as ABIM, MRC ABIM, Malaysian Relief Centre ABIM, MRC ABIM, which registered under local and humanitarian aid organization, and also United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. And then what is the important thing here is the aim or objective of this Malaysian Relief Centre is to restore the spirit of the Bosnian community, not to give up and reinforce Islam on the Balkan earth, besides extending other aids such as basic necessities for the people. After the war ended in late of 1995, the MRC ABIM continued to be the most active non-governmental organisation for the Bosnian people, and now it has its own office in Sarajevo, as well as ABIM with the Malaysian Islamic Medical Association (PPIM) and the Malaysian Social Research Institute (MSRI), Yayasan Salam and Yayasan Pembangunan Ummah have been able to get medicine worth 30,000, And then the aid of these drugs, the medication was delivered in collaboration with the Malaysian Civil Aviation System Welfare Committee to Istanbul, and through Adriatic flight, the drugs were sent to Sarajevo. This aid was ABIM's first aid to Bosnia-Herzegovina. In July 1992, 3 ABIM female volunteers arrived in Croatia to facilitate relief work there for about a month, and they bring together medicines, blankets, and food for refugees for the refugees camp. ABIM also sponsored clothing and food expenses at several refugees camps in Zagreb. And through PPIM, ABIM also pay allowance to doctors who work in refugee camp and hospital in Bosnia-Herzegovina. In this refugee camp, Bosnian refugees are temporarily placed before enrolled in any international humanitarian or state humanitarian agency. So ABIM also hold English classes for these refugees in preparation for confronting and adapting to the habitable country. Religious classes are also held to all Bosnian Muslims to strengthen their faith and the spirit of jihad. And also ABIM volunteers also provide gifts, cakes and other food for Catholics during a visit to Zagreb, not only for the Muslim but also for the non-Muslim. And then the program undertaken by the MRC ABIM in its humanitarian program in Bosnia-Herzegovina focus more on health program, children's and youth education, and also women's program. And the last one, ABIM rehabilitation program consists of 3 programs: health program, education and employment program, rape, and our last one, rape recovery program. Okay. For the health program, ABIM also provide the technical assistance to prosthetic limb projects in Sarajevo and Bosnia-Herzegovina, as well as they collect financial assistance to purchase the raw material. MRC ABIM focus on the rehabilitation of the disabled person by creating or removing prosthetic limb. There are about 10,000 to 12,000 people, disabled people who really need prosthetic limb. So this MRC ABIM, in collaboration with several medical and technical organizations and also private organizations in Malaysia, conduct training for 2 prosthetic limb technicians from Neretva in Malaysia using the thermoplastic method. Okay, and then for the educational and employment program, in 1995 and 1996, the MRC ABIM with a joint venture Sumeja, which is a non-governmental organization founded in Sarajevo. They run a child rearing program by setting up a kindergarten in Sarajevo. Okay, and then this kindergarten is led by a principal and assisted by 2 teachers, 2 nurses and 2 cooks. The subjects that have been taught here is English, science, health, painting, communication and others, and also religious subject. So for the rape recovery program, until August 1992, there were about 30,000 women. There were about 30,000 women and girls raped in more than 16 concentration camps within Bosnia-Herzegovina's sub-domination area. However, the actual number of rape victims is more than 100,000 women and girls actually. So the objective of the rehabilitation program is to assist these rape victims by managing their encounters with therapists, providing educational assistance to rape girls, to the victim, and providing special course or training skills to them. There are victims who need to be placed in the hospital psychiatric ward due to the trauma and pressure experienced from being repeatedly raped. Therefore, the MRC ABIM has worked with Sumeja in maintaining program for victim of rape and children that they giving birth. So as for the conclusion, actually there is a lot of things that we can help the Bosnian people here, and Malaysia Relief Centre ARBIM is one of the non-governmental organisation in Malaysia that really memperjuangkan Bosnia Herzegovina's ethnic cleansing people. Okay, that's all. Thank you.